Hello and welcome to Topham Chats, the show where I chat to various members of the Rooster Teeth community. My guest this week is Grenou or Spencer. Hello,
Hi.
how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you?
You're bouncing up and down, man.
I know, I'm always excited. Like, I always make the remark before I start recording, and I forgot to today, that I jump up and down, move around, and everything.
Okay, perfect. No, that's fine. I'm
Yeah.
on my big bouncy ball, so you might see me bounce up and down.
Nice.
I don't use a typical office chair. I find they're brutal on my back, so I've been on a
Yeah.
big, and of course it's blue, just because blue balls are funny.
Yes, yeah. I was actually considering getting an exercise ball to just sit on, like, when I'm around at home, because I find my back just goes, I don't like this, and I just,
Yeah.
like,
If you're
that's
static
why I
for too
stand up
long,
and record as well, so it's just like, yeah.
yeah, if you're static for too long, it'll murder you, man.
Yeah, that's why, like, I'm glad that I work in a lab, so I can just be like, oh yeah, I'll go downstairs and just, like, do other things. I can always have, like, I always have an excuse to go and stand up in places. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's fun. Cool. So let's start as I usually start when I do have a guest on. It's been infrequent recently that I've had a new person on. Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter?
I'm going to say, and just because that's how I found the site first, I'm going to say Achievement Hunter.
Okay, cool. And how did you find it through Achievement Hunter?
I was actually looking up gameplays of. I was trying to find gameplays of War for Cybertron because I wanted to see what the game was like before I even attempted to even ponder picking up anything like a system or a game or anything like that. But being a huge Transformers fan, I just wanted to see a playthrough or just to see what the game was about, see how well they've treated it because I've been a fan since 1984, not
Mhm.
dating myself at all. And I just wanted to see how faithful they were going to be to the original series, and it was pretty good. I gotta say, lots of nice little homages. But I was looking at playthroughs, and then I saw someone failing, and I said,
Mhm.
"Oh, let's try type in this game fails," which wasn't a channel back then. But what did pop up was one of the fails of the week.
Uh-huh.
I think it was number 8, and that was the newest one at the time.
Mhm.
I said, "Well, what in the hell is this?" And I watched it. Then I subsequently went back and watched 1 through 7.
Mhm.
But in that 1 through 7, at the time, there was a little video that popped up in the suggested video, to watch next kind of thing, was Tex versus the Reds and Blues from season 8.
Season
That
8,
that
yeah.
little snippet thing, right? So I said, okay, what the hell is this? So I click on that, and of course, there's a link to that to roosterteeth.com. I'm like, all right. Now I'd already seen the link to Achievement Hunter. I hadn't checked that out yet because I was still following the videos down the rabbit hole.
Mhm.
And I got to roosterteeth.com, and the video that was up at that point was the season 8 finale.
Uh-huh.
So I said, okay, I'll click on this. And I watched it and I had no idea what was going on.
Of course,
None.
the
I
end
was
of
I was like,
season 8, the
I,
end of a
I
trilogy as well.
yeah. I looked at it and said, "The hell is going on here? I don't know what it is, but it looks really cool. Okay, I've got a lot of work to do." And so I immediately tried and went back and found episode 1, season 1, and just started watching with every free moment that I had at the time, and just watched my way up through the series and got more and more into it. And all at the same time, I started watching more Achievement Hunter stuff and figuring this and that and everything else out.
Mhm.
So I did this to myself.
Nice. So I want to ask specifically about episode 1 of season 1. What did you think of it? Like, immediately, we're just like, well, it's got to end up there, so I want to see how it's going, or just like, did you enjoy it immediately?
I enjoyed it immediately because it was such an obscure conversation starting off, right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
And keep in mind, I still know very little, but I knew nothing about the Halo universe at all.
Uh-huh.
And by comparison to most people, I still know very little, but I know enough to understand why Red versus Blue is funny and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
And the obvious nods that the series has to the games, I understand them now.
Uh-huh.
So that's about as far as I've gotten. I've only played one. I've only attempted to play one level of Halo, and that was Silent Cartographer. I think that's what it was.
Mhm, yeah.
But I have a hard time with first person shooters sometimes because it makes me motion sick. Like my
Okay.
body's doing all that, my eyes are seeing all this cool stuff, but my body's not matching it, so my ears think there's something wrong, and
Yeah.
then I want to vomit.
Oh, wonderful. Ah, cool.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed it right away because of the obscure conversation style of it. It reminded me actually of how myself and a lot of my friends that I grew up with interact as just weird conversations. You know,
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that entirely. Cool. So you watched your way up through the seasons, caught up, end of season 8, and then you're
hmm
just like, oh, there's all these things going on. Um,
yeah.
whenabouts was it after that you were just like, oh, there's a community site, and I'll jump in there and do things?
It was significant. It wasn't. Well, yeah, it was kind of a long time after that, actually,
Yeah.
um, because I was so enthralled in just trying to take in as much of the content as possible. I almost willfully ignored the community side of it.
Yeah.
But once I got to a certain point where I had consumed enough of the content, I started clicking on some of the other links, while I was waiting for more content to show up.
Hmm.
And then I started again following that down the rabbit hole, just seeing where it takes me. And I kind of lurked around the community for a little while. I didn't even make a profile until 2011, I
Hmm.
want to say, and that
Yeah.
was, I'd say, I want to say that was a year or so after I kind of figured out what the hell Rooster Teeth was.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think well, they're on season 13 this year, so
Yeah,
season 8 probably would have been 2010.
yeah, and even though I had made a sign up to be a member and whatnot, I didn't really partake of the community itself. I didn't really start getting involved in the community at all till I'd have to say about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I've only been I've been a sponsor, I think, maybe a year,
Hmm.
but that was one of the best things I could have possibly have done because now I'm loving how I interact with the site now. I mean, I get all this great content first, you know, the odd occasion that I do buy a bit of merchandise, there's a little bit of a rebate on it. It's just fantastic.
Ah, cool. So what I don't know. I want to ask kind of what pulled you into the community and what kind of kept you in it eventually once you were interacting with people.
A lot of it was sort of shared enjoyment of the content
Mhm.
initially, and then I started paying attention to some of the fan work, like the fan contributions, like the I guess I want to say it started with the fan made video contest that RVB started. And once I took that and I was like, oh, there's a whole thing going on here. And then I started investigating a little bit more and a little bit more. It's like, wow, these people are all ludicrously talented.
Mhm.
Good God, look at all this artwork. Look at all these drawings. These are beautiful things. These are, there's fan made videos. There's artwork. There's people are writing fan fiction or novels and short stories and all this. It's wonderful. I couldn't get over it.
Mhm.
And I thought to myself, my God, I must suck a lot compared to these people. I have nothing to contribute to this community, nothing like these people do. So I was like, I'm just gonna sit back and take it all in.
Huh. Yeah, I then where did I first see you pop up? I can't remember. It was probably in the like share something you've done thread
Yeah,
in the forum, and you were just like, oh yeah, music, woo! Because
yep,
you're
yeah.
an I can't remember what you are. You're an audio engineer. Is that
Indeed, I
right?
am.
Yes.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm
And
actually on my. I'm in my 19th year, about to cross the 20th threshold.
yeah, yeah.
Again, making me sound very friggin' old.
Yeah. So yeah, I saw you in there, and then one of the things I know that you did that was like, oh, that's awesome, was that you helped Jeremy with his epic rap battles of Rooster Teeth when that was going
Yeah.
on, right?
Yep.
So how did you get involved with that? Were you just like, oh, here's some like help with it, or how did that happen? Just like how did that come up?
That actually started a little bit earlier. He had, and this is a true testament as to why everyone partaking in the community should look at the everyone feed at
Yeah.
least once a day
Mm-hmm.
and try and read through as much as possible as time allows. Because I was just clicking through that and I saw that he had posted the lyrics to his Achievement Hunter Jeff versus Jack. And he had sort of proposed to himself, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. What would you guys think if I did this? And I looked at it, and I read through the lyrics. I was like, I really want to help with this. I don't have the time right now. Damn it! But I kind of made first contact with him and said, okay, at some point in the future, if someone wants a bit of music to this, I will gladly help do that. Because I have been dabbling with it on my own for my own entertainment purposes, shall we say, a little bit, in the past couple of years. But by the time I got anything together, he already had his ready to be released. And I was like, and he did a fantastic job, and he did a completely different version than what myself and LL22 from the website. He did the vocals on our version, and Jeremy liked it, but I mean, it was radically different than what he had.
Yeah. Cool.
But a few weeks, or a couple months had passed by, and he was on another podcast, the Community One-on-One podcast, I think.
Yeah, with Stuart.
Yeah, and he had been talking about he was running short of music, and he had an idea for an upcoming rap battle. And I said, oh, I can help with that. I have a great idea for that. And so I messaged him, and I said, here's a great idea. I laid it out for him, and I said, basically, let's give each of the characters their own theme music based on, the theme music from the show, so to speak, from their respective shows, I should say. So he said, okay, perfect, try it. So we agreed on a tempo, and I did a very, very quick, rough demo of it, and I emailed it to him, and he liked it. He was like, perfect, let's run with it. And I said, hold on, let's get permission from Jeff first, because it was 2 Jeff Williams songs that I was sort of adapting. And Jeff is very cool. He said yes right away. And because, awesome. I mean, we weren't doing it for monetization or anything like that, obviously. He said, I said it was just for fun. And he said, perfect, run with it. Can't wait to hear it. And so over the course of a couple weeks, 2 or 3, 4 weeks maybe, I can't remember now because that was a while ago, myself and Jeremy worked up on the song, and we mixed it. And when it was all done, he uploaded it. I sent a link to Jeff. Jeff loved it. A few other people loved it. Things kind of took off from there. So, yeah, we've been kind of, working together on a few things ever since, which was great. And we've even Keegan from the website got in on it, which was great because he did the this is still one of my favorite, the Joel versus Caboose one. I laugh every single time. That is so much fun. I love it. But so it was, I did number 7, Keegan did number 8, I did number 9, and I think I did 10, and then both of us helped Jeremy with number 11. And of course, by that time, he got hired.
He was hired by that point, wasn't he?
He got hired, yeah. So Jeremy got hired, so that all kind of went on hiatus, which was fine, but unfortunately, it meant that he wasn't doing any more of the rap battles, which I was finding very satisfying creatively to work on.
Yeah. Wow, cool.
Yeah.
So he started doing his own things as well with. Now he's at Rooster Teeth as well, so he's got like the channel to just put his videos on as well, which is really awesome that he's doing that as well. It's like
yes,
still doing his things. Have you had any hand in those or not at all?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. I
have indeed.
You had on which one was it? The Tower of Pimps one?
Both of them, actually.
Oh, both of them. Okay, because I saw you tweet the other day that he's like, the video came out and I didn't know it was coming out. So I was like, I don't know whether you knew the whole song was done or not. I was like,
oh no, because every time we get, I send off the audio, he's so driven when he's doing these things. By the time I have the audio finished, he's already got the video stuff mapped out, and he's already got it half edited or filmed or whatnot. This is the kind of drive that this guy has. This is why I like him so much, because he's so driven. It's astonishing. It makes me very proud, to even have anything to do with him whatsoever, however minute that may be.
Yeah.
Tower of Pimps. I actually did write and mix the music for that.
Oh, awesome.
And Game Fails as well. But it's strictly on temporary contract basis. Yeah. So I'm writing a piece of music for them, and Rooster Teeth are basically buying it from me, so it's theirs. They can do whatever the hell they want with it.
Yeah.
And after that, I have no claim to it. So, which is fine. You know,
Yeah.
it's kind of like very, very, very large radio jingles,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Definitely.
much more fun and much more entertaining.
Awesome. Cool. So, oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know how much of a hand you had in all of that stuff. I was just like, something that's been going on. But yeah.
Yeah, actually, you remember I was telling you about the file uploads before we started?
Uh
That's for number 3.
huh. Awesome.
And
Keep it under wraps.
I am
Obviously.
not breathing a word of the content or the nature,
Awesome.
only to say that look out.
Oh, I'm so excited, man! This is gonna be so good because
It's
those tracks out are just so great. It's just like,
I shocked myself with this one, and
mhm.
Jeremy came along with his vocal after the fact and blasted it. I think this is my favorite rap that he's ever done.
Oh, awesome!
He
I
he
can't
went
wait to
he
hear it.
he went Super Saiyan level 4 on this one, man. I'm telling you.
Awesome. Cool. So we've nerded out a bit about music here, but yeah, that's the thing. That's good. What? How has life changed for you over the past year? Because I think it was about a year ago that I spoke to you last, like
Yes, it
properly
was.
on
Yeah.
recording, and you were in the process of having a baby grow inside your wife.
Yes, right. Yeah.
And yeah, since then the baby has been born,
Yep.
and yeah, how has life changed for you?
Ridiculously. All for the better. Even the sleep deprivation occasionally has been awesome. Uh, no, little Reagan came around on August 22nd last year
Hmm.
after 30 hours of labor that I was very happy that wasn't me.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's been an absolute golden child. He eats a lot. He sleeps generally pretty good. He burps. He's one of the happiest children I've ever met because he's always laughing, unless there's something really going on with him, like he's really tired or he's really hungry. In which case he goes full on Regatron and that's it. But
Nice.
he's been an absolute joy. He's 9.5 months today, I think, as of us recording this,
Mhm.
and he's got his 2 bottom teeth. His 2 top teeth are about to break through, and he's turning into such a little man. It's unbelievable,
Ah,
and
awesome.
I never really ever thought that I would completely and utterly be living my life in servitude of someone else for all the right reasons. Servitude has a bit of a negative connotation, but
Yeah.
it's not meant to be. It's every time I'm around him, it's so much fun.
Ah, awesome. That's yeah. I just wanted to ask that because obviously it's something huge that's happened to you, and last time
Oh yeah,
we spoke properly, it was on the horizon. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be
oh yeah.
crazy. Cool. So one last thing I'm trying to think of. It was about stuff. You just post fun journals around the site as well, that are things like that, and I'm just like, oh yeah, it always makes me laugh. I'm just like, oh yeah, awesome.
I
Click a
try to
like
keep
on
it
that.
nice and random. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you posted one today of you being like, I'm wearing my biker stuff and it's cold.
Oh, it was brutally cold this morning. Like this past week, like Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I wore shorts to work, like just
Hmm.
regular walking shorts.
Yeah.
And today it was like, when I got up, it was 1 degree Celsius out,
Hmm.
and there was a cloud of frost everywhere. Yeah, well,
Oh
welcome.
my
This is
god.
Newfoundland, right?
Yeah.
You know, not only is it just Newfoundland, it is Eastern Newfoundland. So I'm stuck way out in the North Atlantic where I am subjected to everything.
Yeah. Hmm.
But it's lovely out now. It's 15 degrees out now, and so I'm looking forward to riding home.
Ah,
You know,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah. Ah,
But yeah, no,
cool.
I like to post random, weird, funny stuff that makes me laugh. I'm of the opinion that this needs to be shared,
Yeah,
even
definitely.
if it's my own jokes. You know,
Hmm. Ah,
no
cool.
nobody ever laughs at them though.
I do. I laugh.
Oh, thank you,
I'm
thank
there.
you, thank you.
There is a forum thread that I need to invite you into. Just be like, yes, come and chat with us because we're all people that talk about stuff all the time. So
Cool,
you'd probably fit right in with everyone as well. So I'm just like,
wonderful.
yeah, definitely. That's something I want to do. So, I guess it's time for you to ask me a question, and then I'll be like, yes, and words and stuff.
I have a choice
Okay.
of 2 questions.
Ooh.
Nah.
Go for both of them. Just choose.
Go for both of them? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Would you rather
Okay.
be locked in a room with an overly affectionate, enamored ape of some sort, or a diseased yak with horrible ass gas? That's question 1.
Oh my god, I don't know. Oh, that's really difficult. That's really difficult. I don't know.
It's a no-win situation, you know
No,
that,
it's
right?
not at all. Probably the diseased elk.
Yeah, because you can plug your nose, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm
there's
thinking.
no way to push off the advances of
an ape. They're just stupidly strong. They would
Yeah,
have
exactly.
They would have their way with me, and I would not enjoy it.
No. Of course he'll cuddle you afterwards, But of course,
Yeah.
we say this, assuming that it was a male ape. It could be female.
Still, no, thank you. It's an ape. It's not a human.
Not exactly known for being gentle lovers.
Oh, dear. Anyway,
question the second, if you're up for it.
Yeah, definitely.
This is much more docile of a question.
Okay.
Would you rather
Uh-huh.
Ren and Stimpy or Adventure Time?
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the other choice of t-shirt for me to wear today. It was either I'm wearing my Rooster Teeth podcast t-shirt, but the other t-shirt that I had laid out is my blue What Time Is It Adventure Time t-shirt, and it's like my favourite t-shirt. I think I've worn it too much as well, but yeah, Adventure Time all the way for me.
Nice.
Ren and Stimpy still has value, but it's just not Adventure Time, and Adventure Time's more like my style of thing.
Oh, okay. No, it's not. Yeah, I find Adventure Time is tastefully subversive, but it doesn't really go too far.
Yeah,
and that's what I loved about the original Ren and Stimpy series. Not the rehashing of it a few years ago, but the original Ren and Stimpy series. It was so groundbreaking. It pushed so many boundaries. Even my dad desperately couldn't wait for the next episode to come on. So that's how. It was one of the very few shows that he and I would sit down and watch and make a point of watching together. So
cool.
It holds a very special place in my heart. But I figured I'd ask you that.
Nice.
I think I kind of figured what the answer was going to be, but
yeah. Fair enough. Well, Spencer, thank you very much for being my guest. Where can we find you across the internet?
Across the internet, you can find me at obviously the Rooster Teeth website, Grenou, Grenou. You can also find me on the Twitter, which is Spencer in NL, which is Spencer in Newfoundland, but SpencerInnL.
Okay.
And that will be me.
Coolio. I will tag you in this video when it comes out anyway, so everyone will be like, yes, there's the person. Yes. Go and
that's
me.
That's me.
Thank you very much for being my guest yet again.
Thanks, man. No problem. My pleasure. I couldn't wait to do this.
Thank you everyone for listening. Goodbye.
See ya.